Hey everyone! I'm super excited to share this project with you. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this Le Creuset cookie artwork. And stay tuned for the end because we're doing a giveaway sponsored by Le Creuset. So I've had this space on my wall blank for a while and I knew I wanted to put something special there. It's right next to the front door, so I wanted whatever was going to be on this wall to represent me, and this is totally it. It's cookies, obviously, but it also shows my love for cooking, and honestly, I just love Le Creuset so much it made sense. So let's jump into it. I always had in mind that I wanted this piece to be pretty big, and since Le Creuset has lots of shades to choose from, it was going to be fairly easy to create an ombre effect that I liked. So this is going to be 4x4, 16 shades, and cookies total. I used Sketchbook to try some combinations out. I knew I wanted to do a gradient of blues because they have a lot of beautiful blues, and I also added some complementary / contrasting colors like flame, nutmeg, which is new, and meringue. And this is what I ended up with. I made my cookies as usual and I didn't have to do anything different. Now it's time to color the icing, and this is one of the more challenging steps because color matching can be pretty hard. It's easy to go crazy with colors, like make it a little bit too dark or make it too light, and because it's mostly blues, some of the shades are very similar, so I did my best to differentiate. Also, I've probably said this before, but coloring icing is the bane of my existence. It takes as long as decorating cookies sometimes. But once I finish coloring them, it feels so good. Let's jump into decorating the cookies. Before I put on the final details, I laid these out in the order they'll be on the board, so I know which one is which and they get the correct final details. And these babies are done. Now it's time to work with resin. So fair warning, I have never worked with resin before, so learning to use it for a pretty expensive project is terrifying, but sometimes you just have to jump right into it and trust. Also, I'm sure some pro resin users will scrutinize my work, but I'm a baker, okay? Let me live and make mistakes. But anyway, this is the resin I'm using. I got this from Amazon and the link is in the description if you're interested. So I tested it out on some old cookies. I know some of you ask what I do with my cookies. I just keep a lot of them around the house. I just like collecting them, to be honest. In testing the resin out, I realized it does change the color of the cookie to a darker color, and it almost erased some of the details. I think it works fine, especially if you're trying to preserve it and give it to someone, but since this is for myself, and I really wanted to preserve the look of the cookie, I decided to just resin the bottom of the cookie. But that also means the cookies remain super fragile, but I could also fix it if I really wanted to. So using a paintbrush, I brushed on the resin to the back. And you might be asking, Karen, what's the point of putting resin on the back if you're not putting it on the front? Well, even if the cookies have been dried out from sitting out for a while, it still has oil from the butter, and I don't want it to bleed onto the board because it definitely bleeds when you put it on napkins and such, so I'm just being extra careful. I did one layer, let it dry on parchment paper for 10 plus hours, then gave it another coat. Next is prepping the board. There's a certain distance I need to keep from the side, so I'm taping it off with some tape. Then I use string to make 16 boxes, and I'll center each cookie as best as I can in the center of them. I took the cookies and laid them out on the board to get an idea of how I wanted to lay them. I decided to have them slightly angled to balance out the width and height since it's pretty long horizontal-wise. To glue them to the board, I was recommended to use 5-minute epoxy, so that's what I got. Similar to resin, you mix it 1-to-1, but because it sets in 5 minutes, I only really have 3 minutes to work with it, so I was able to glue about 2 to 3 at a time. I let them dry for 30 minutes and shook them lightly to see just how glued on they were, and they were on there pretty good. Time to take off the string and the tape and erase whatever marks I made, and I'm left with this, which I love it already. But we're not done, we gotta get this to the frame shop. And this is where my anxiety shot up through the roof. I was so scared of lifting it, even though I triple checked to make sure none of them were going to fall, but I tested it and it seems to be good to go. This was also super heavy, so carrying it to the car was a workout, but nothing was going to make me drop this, I swear. We put it in the car and went on our way to the frame shop. I actually had to leave it there while they worked on it for a few days, but fast forward, they called me to tell me it's ready for pickup. He brought out the frame wrapped and I was so excited. Opened it up and it was just, beautiful. I've been wanting to do this project for a while now, and it's so cool to see something go from imagination to reality. Okay, to hang this up, I just did some hammer and nail work, measured it out as best as I could, and tried to hook it on. I struggled doing this and had to readjust a few times and take a break because it was so heavy, but I got it. And there we have it. This was such a different and fun project to do. Of course, cookies are involved, but it was also fun being able to do more than just decorate a cookie and think outside of the box. It adds something quirky and colorful to the space because I'm typically a black, white, and beige type of decorator. I know, super boring, but this brings in a great amount of color. I especially love how this looks underneath the light because it's almost like a piece of art at a museum. But enough of this, let's talk about a giveaway. Giveaway time!
By the way, I'm in Capri, Italy right now. I recorded this way last minute. I'm doing a total of 3 giveaways. One here on YouTube, one on my TikTok, and one on Instagram. Here on YouTube, I'm giving away a 5 1/4 quart Le Creuset Dutch Oven. You can choose any color you want as long as the color is available. My favorite color is Flame. I have 2 Dutch ovens in this color already. The rules are you have to live in the US, you have to be 18 and older, you have to subscribe to my channel, to Le Creuset, what the freak. You have to subscribe to my channel, Le Creuset's channel, and comment down below. Tell me what color you would get. Tag a friend, I don't care, just comment something. On Instagram, I'm also giving away a 5 1/4 quart Le Creuset Dutch Oven, and so you can enter there as well to increase your chances. And on TikTok, I'm giving a custom-made, tinier version of the wall decor that you saw me make in this video. So there are different prizes to win, multiple ways to win, so don't miss out on this. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe, especially if you want to enter in on the giveaway. And I will see you guys next time. Ciao!